Hi everybody, it's Lisa with Back 40 Farms. This is Thanksgiving week and I am so excited to share with you our turkey brine recipe. We've been using this for probably about 5 years now, and it just makes your turkey so wonderfully moist and delicious. It also serves to thaw that guy out so that you're skipping a step. You don't have to do two separate things. You can do it all at once. So we have all of our ingredients here. We're gonna have a link in the description to this recipe so you can do it yourself as well. And we'll get started. Here is all you're gonna need for your brine. Super simple ingredients: brown sugar, sea salt, we have peppercorns, juniper berries, and then we've got some rosemary and thyme that I just cut from the garden. And we have some shallots and garlic that we grew this year. And other than that, it's just warm water and some ice. So while you are prepping your garlic and your shallots, you can cut those up nice and small. I am also warming up 2 gallons of water on my stove, and it doesn't have to be boiling, just warm enough to dissolve the salt and the sugar in it. Okay guys, so we brought the turkey in. This is our biggest guy that we raised this year. He's beauty, almost 25 pounds. So he's a big one, so we had to get our extra large cooler to put him in. I have got my aromatics cut up and my water is heated. So I am going to go ahead and put in the salt and the sugar into my 2 gallons of water. And then I'm just gonna stir it up a bit and get it starting to dissolve. Okay, so we're starting to dissolve here. I'm gonna put my onion or my shallots and my garlic in the pot and just let them heat a little bit as well. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between our brine and some of the other brine recipes that you see out there. This one is going to have a lot of water in it. We need a lot of water to thaw a turkey that size. Okay, so it's going to be more diluted than a lot of brine recipes that you see. You might see a brine recipe with a cup of salt and only these 2 gallons of water, for example. And what happens there is then you don't want to let that turkey sit in the water for any more than about 24 hours. If you do, it's gonna get really salty. So what we've done is, since we wanna thaw the turkey at the same time, is we're gonna put this in with the dissolved stuff in it, and then when it goes in the cooler, we're gonna put more water in. So the turkey will be able to sit in the cooler and brine and defrost at the same time. Okay, so I'm gonna get the turkey out and I'm gonna put them in the cooler. Like I said, we raised this guy this year. We are raising turkeys every year. We have done so for about the last 6 years. So we get these beautiful farm-raised turkeys, which are so delicious, you guys. There's no comparison. And yes, they do cost a little bit more, but it is so worth it. We can make sure we know exactly what we're putting into our body when we eat these. And yes, it's not your 99-cent a pound butterball from Walmart, but they're organically raised on pasture, and look at it, it's just so beautiful. Okay, so he's going in the extra large cooler. If you have a smaller turkey, you can actually do this process in like a 5-gallon bucket. But like I said, he's big guy, so he needs all this space. I'm just gonna set him in there frozen just like that. And then we're gonna pour in our warm water with the dissolved salt and sugar, as well as the shallots and garlic. Okay. And then the rest of the ingredients can just be tossed in there. We've got our juniper berries and our peppercorns and our sprigs of rosemary and thyme. And I'm just gonna sprinkle those in wherever. It's a really forgiving recipe. Some people like to throw in a little splash of white wine. I don't usually do that, but you can. So now we're just gonna top off the cooler with cool water. We don't want that turkey to start cooking in the hot water, so you need to get cold water in there now to fill up the cooler, and then we're gonna top it off with ice. Okay, so we've topped off our cooler with cool water. We have this guy in here all the way, mostly he's got a little part poking out there because he's so big, but that's okay. We're gonna top him off with some ice. Cold water thawing is the safe way to do it. Normally you would do it in your fridge. But if you're soaking in cold water, you need to make sure that it stays cold. So we have our ice here. We're just gonna top off with some ice. And look how pretty it looks. Okay, so now I'm gonna save the rest of this ice because I'm gonna check it again tomorrow and the next day. This is Monday. Monday, we're putting this turkey into brine, and it'll take, because it's so big, it'll take probably 2 to 3 days to get fully thawed out. So I'm going to come back tomorrow and check the ice level, make sure there's still ice on top of it so it stays cold. It's actually really warm here for this time of year, unusually, but we just leave it sitting out here on our porch for about 3 days. And on Thursday, actually probably on Wednesday night, I'll pull it out and let it dry overnight in the cooler, and then it'll be ready to cook on Thursday. So make sure, if you want to try this recipe or send it on to somebody else, share it, share the link, share the recipe. It's the best turkey that you'll ever have, and it won't be dry. So just click on the description and to find the links to the recipe and our store if you're interested in that. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.